Now this question comes from Dave, and Dave's in Ireland and he's actually building a house, but he doesn't want help with that. What he wants help with is a temporary structure, because he's saying, I want to build a temporary structure that we can live in, like some kind of garden shed or whatever, that he can live in while he's building the house. Now he's actually a cabinet maker, he's a joiner, but he says he's not a site carpenter. So what he wants to do is put in some kind of shiplap or feather edge on the outside of the wall, and he's saying, do I need to put OSB up, or will that do? Well, in actual fact, if you're using shiplap, Dave, it's probably going to be okay, but the reason that people use OSB is to stop the racking, stop that, give it some kind of lateral restraint. So in the wind, you could see that if you've just got, you know, a bit of plasterboard on the inside and there was a strong wind, it might be a tendency for a building to want to do that. So when you put the OSB on the outside, it stiffens the whole structure up and stops that. Now, as it's a temporary structure and you're putting shiplap across it, provided you fix that shiplap properly, I think you'd be absolutely fine to do that. But if you wanted to resist the racking, what you could do is put some noggings in, rather like a kind of herringbone strut idea, where you've got one going one way, one going the other way, so that if it did start to try and push it, you would have the little noggins, the herringbone struts, going all the way across between the studs, which would stiffen it up no end. But I think unless you're in an extremely windy location, maybe if you're on the west coast of Ireland and you've got that next stop America, if you like, you know, you've got that Atlantic gale blowing in, then you might want to stiffen it up to a certain extent. But it depends how long that temporary structure is there for. We all start with the best of intentions with these things, thinking, oh, I only need it for 6 months, and 2 years later you're still living in it. So maybe that's a consideration. So anyway, I'd love to see some pictures of your project as you start getting underway with it. It'd be quite an interesting thing for us to follow if you could send us some pictures across, or even some bits of video.